All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Cleveland Browns taking on the NFC champions, the San Francisco 49ers. After all the hype, it's finally time for football as we're underway in Super Bowl 56. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. First carry now for Nick Chubb. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Second and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again second and 10. Mayfield now. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 26. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
Second and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
180. Check. Hey, alert. Check. Run.
Third and long for Mayfield. Looking for the end zone. The quick slant caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
When the spotlight is at its brightest, and let's face it, it's the Super Bowl, those types of plays come out, don't they?
Absolutely. A big-time catch on the biggest of stages.
Do you think that one's going to live on? We're going to see this for a long time.
Definitely going to live on forever with him, that's for sure.
No doubt.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
A run for Nick Chubb. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go?
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter, that's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
21.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo. That's complete to his speedy wideout, Goodwin.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play. When he does catch the ball in the secondary.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Got his target, Samuel. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there for the Niners. And even 40 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Here we go.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. From the 17, Garoppolo. This is caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Now here's Goodwin with it on the jet sweep. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
How about this Browns defense? They've held so far. This is now 3rd and goal. To throw is Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Mayfield. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
11.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Goodwin able to haul it in. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
65. White.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 for the Niners there to 1st down. Throwing on 1st is Garoppolo. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
Here we go. 12.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 12-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they do get to 3 points before they hit halftime, something to build on maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mayfield looks to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden
touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 56 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. I love watching Goodwin play. Of course, everybody knows the story of him being an Olympian. He's a long jumper,
yes,
right?
Yes.
But you know that he has that athleticism, that big play ability.
He certainly does. And not only was he an Olympian as a long jumper, married to a sprinter. How about that for speed in one family? And I love his end zone celebrations now. When he does go deep and beat someone for a touchdown, now he does the long jump as his celebration. Pretty cool deal.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Mayfield to throw it this time. Got an open man. It's Rattling. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Hey, only 33.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And a 5-yard gain gets them to the 42. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
21. I got this. Hey, Charlie.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1.
Brings up third down.
So these two teams will head to the locker room as we hit halftime in Super Bowl 56. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Here's Breida. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Here we go. Check, Mike 57. Switch up. He's crazy. He's checked.
This is Breida. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night?
Here we go.
It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 13 yards there and a Niner first. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 39-yard line. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch.
That's another 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go. Like 20.
Tighten up. Wide. Get wide.
They run with Breida. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. 24 yards. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
after the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 17-yard line.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
180! 54 miles. I'm coming up to you.
And again, it's Chubb. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. He gets them a little over half of what they need, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
180! Quit talking about it and bring it.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They run it again with Chubb. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fielded at the 20. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tab.
Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A quick throw to Ratley. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On third down, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
Second and 10 at the Browns' 15-yard line.
Here we go. 180!
Looking to throw on second down. Garoppolo dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Here we go.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the 1st down marker. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1?
It's now 4th down and 1.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. On the sneak is Garoppolo. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball. Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
2nd and 5 now. Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. Mayfield now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch his left. Watch his left.
They run. Chubb. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
They don't want to keep playing.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Boom! Yeah, baby!
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the 45 on 2nd down. Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the 49ers are going to get the football back.
It's a turnover on downs.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. A handoff to Breida to begin the drive. There to stop him, Chad Thomas.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
'em. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run again with Breida. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here we go. 180.
65. 65. Check 24. Check 24.
Stay hot. Stay hot.
Now it's Breida. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick. He's been decisive. and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And the San Francisco 49ers will hoist the Lombardi Trophy as Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.